He ain't got nothing.
Because okay, so can I turn this on you, right? So we're talking about women who value finances. So I'll turn this on you, True. Would you get with a woman who you do not find physically attractive and couldn't cook, clean, or have sex with you?
You gave me a lot of things to chew on. All of those things, those active things, no. She would have to be attractive at minimum. But the other things,
for the average person, both the men and the women are working and they're contributing to paying bills. So, and I mean, if we're talking about dating 30 plus, I would suspect the majority of women, right, are already working and paying whatever bills they're paying. And a man is also working and paying the bills that he's paying. So to think that if they combined themselves, if something happened to the man, the woman couldn't sustain what she was already sustaining before him, I don't understand that logic. I mean, if we're talking about high earners, that's a total different thing, because most high earning men, don't get with high earning women, right? But I'm talking about the average people who are only making a minimal amount of money difference. And if they're the 30 plus, they're, both working, both keeping up an apartment or whatever, right? So I just don't get the logic.
I'll dumb it down. It's super easy. The average man makes more money than the average woman. When they get into a relationship, it doesn't matter. They still make more. The average man is expected to take on more financial responsibility for a relationship than the average woman is, period. So being that's the case, even if it's 80-20 and he falls off and he can't pay his 80, y'all will have a problem paying his 80 for too long. You guys, like, except for when y'all want to get on these panels and lie about it, when they ask you in these private surveys, y'all say it. Y'all have given the answers. There's a plethora of surveys that prove how fickle women get once a man loses his job or he loses his position. Because one of the things that attracts you to a man is his ability to provide. And once he can no longer do the thing, now all you got is he attractive? Most of you niggas will not get with a man who is your physical type, because you can't get that guy to commit to you. So you'll get the guy that can. You'll get the guy who's okay being a stepdaddy. You'll get the guy that's okay playing cleanup man behind the other 30 years of dick you took before him. So you'll get those guys. And now that guy who you didn't like for real also now can't provide, you're going to go be like, you know what? I could do bad by myself. I'd rather pay 100% of my bills and 50% of bills with a man, as if it's not going to cost you more money, because that freedom is going to give you the man. You don't have to listen to a man. You don't have to take what he says into account. You have to be led by a man, and you're willing to pay for that.
This would be an easy way to kind of pull it apart, Becky. Would you consider being with a man that his finances had no equation in y'all connection?
Yes, I have dated people who made less than me, if that's what you're asking.
No, not less. That he has no resources, that he brings him. That's it. You get him a body, you get a partner, you get somebody to hang out with. But in order for that relationship to move, your resources are required. He has none, he ain't gonna get none. Would you consider a relationship like that?
No.
Why not?
Because I think that marriage, let me be clear, because the only way we're combining anything is a marriage, is partnership. So it takes two people combining what they have to move things forward.
And that is the difference between the male species and the female species.
Okay, but why would you want a man that has no resources at all? No skill, nothing? He ain't got nothing?
Because, okay, so can I turn this on you, right? So we're talking about women who value finances. So I'll turn this on you, True. Would you get with a woman who you do not find physically attractive and couldn't cook, clean, or, have sex with you?
You gave me a lot of things to chew on. All of those things, those active things, no. She would have to be attractive at minimum. But the other things, those things I could outsource. That's not an issue for me. If she's pleasant and she's attractive and willing to be awesome, I don't need resources from her. That's just not how we process information. And that's why I say it's the biggest difference. Y'all look at relationship, and I get it. And that's what I respect about women. You guys are in business when it comes to relationships. You are sourcing what he is going to end up being able to build and scale that benefits you. We don't look at y'all the same way. This is why I say women don't date and don't sustain relationships. Because if we do not do us, if we're not awesome, where it's tangible, we don't exist in your world. You guys do. That is the problem right now. And then you got women who work jobs and they think because they're sustaining themselves that you qualify now to change the rules. You don't, because the exchange here is still the same. Go ahead, man.
True, I gotta push back on that point. So you saying you be with a woman who not about to cook or nothing, not about to clean nothing, she just cute and nice to you?
He said couldn't cook or clean, not that she wouldn't.
No,
yeah, I would.
I turned it around, right? The thing is that you're saying that men value a different thing than what women value, right? So I said if you took away that value, if you're saying women value money, and I said you value looks and services, if you took that away, would you get with that woman? And you said no, she has to look a certain way because your value is placed on the way that she looks, and women's value, for the most part, is based on provision, right? So,
but I'm sorry.
So my thing is that just because you value something different, if that person does not provide what you have placed your value on, you're not doing it. And it's the same thing for a woman. But I don't know why that concept, right, is so out of, like, we know that men value looks and they value services, right? Most men are going to value a woman who can cook, clean, and who looks good.
But what you gave me was pretty much a useless person in all metrics. You went
no,
from
because
her
she makes money. She makes money. You're hanging out just like you told me, right? You took away the finances and she does those things. I'm saying if you reversed it, right, and you took away the things you valued, but she did everything else, you wouldn't find her valuable. Just like a woman, the typical woman wouldn't find a man valuable if you took away the value, which in this case was money.
But if I heard you correctly, you said she's not attractive and she can't cook, can't clean. You did say that, right? I heard you correctly. Okay.
She's paying the bills. She's taking you out. Y'all are going places. She's good with the kids. All of that. Childbearing hips, popping them out easy.
And that's where. I'm sorry.
But she's not.
That's why that you valued, and so then you don't want that person.
Her function is not
what been moved 30 yards.
Well, I know that's why I'm trying to speak to her function is not what populates in most men's mind. And then you categorize different men, so it depends. Her beauty is standard, yo. Her attitude is standard. Her resources, that's an addition. If she just so happens to know how to garner and make money, great, good, awesome. But in the equation that is us, I can promise you, she's vetting me based on my ability to sustain her. And that's why when I ask you the question, if a man can be with you that cannot sustain you, would you be comfortable with that position? You may be. Most women are not. We have to perform. That's all I'm saying. That's the difference.
And true, we have to look a certain way and perform.
Yeah. What I think may not be fair, right? Because I think money with men is the equivalent to beauty with women, right? If you're a woman and you're extremely beautiful, you can get access to any man's money, no matter what amount of money that is, right? So that's like the trade-off. She don't have to do nothing. If she's extremely beautiful, you can get a man with that type of money. So I think that we'll have to remove the beauty if they're going to remove the money and ask the question again. So if that woman you're not attracted to her at all, but she does cook, she clean, all that type of stuff, are you okay with that?
No, I wouldn't be okay with it at all, because my whole point of wanting to pursue her would be something I value. And in this case, a woman, her beauty is standard. It's standard, but it's not past. It doesn't translate to function. If she could not produce resources, she can still be with me. That's the difference. So you're tying money and beauty as the same equivalent. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I'm not sure. But what I've understood is if it was just money, women wouldn't be complaining about men who are paying bills, but then he still has to wash dishes and wash clothes and change diapers. So it's not just money. They want the whole gambit. They want you to make money, be a demon in the sack, know how to fight, have a freaking great FICO score, be good in the boardroom. They want it all, bro. And that's
more. That's when we start to get into like, okay,
I do believe that's unreasonable. True, I do believe it when it comes to having all of that in one person. I do believe that's unreasonable. However, don't shoot the messenger. But my dad used to say to me all the time, "You're gonna judge a man on a couple things: how well he can protect the family, how responsible he is. Obviously, financial support comes into responsibility, protection, all those things. So, like, it's like the very thing that the men are created for, y'all don't want to do, or is it y'all just mad that we want y'all to do it? Like, I'm confused.